On today's edition of CariVision, we feature one of the top theater groups here in the Washington, D.C. area with a Caribbean flavor. That's our program. Don't go anywhere. CariVision is up next. Welcome to CariVision. I'm David Hines. Today I have with me here in the studios members of one of the many Caribbean community groups here in Washington, D.C. But this one is special. This is a cultural group. It's called CariVision Community Theater. And I have three members here who are going to talk to us a bit about what you have been doing and some of the plans you have for the future. And then you're going to perform for the audience. So let's talk a little bit about how did you get started. I have here, of course, this is Dr. Merle Collins, who teaches at the University of Maryland, Jillian Moore, and Eunice Sawney, the three members here. How did you all get started?
CariVision started in 2005. We thought simply that it would be a tremendous idea to develop community theater, and we felt that we were uniquely placed in the Washington area to do that and to sort of undermine the separatism that very often exists in Caribbean communities, so that CariVision's vision is definitely Caribbean. Members of the group are from various Caribbean islands, and that's how we started.
Jillian, I know that you've been involved in theater here in the area for a long time. I myself have been involved with you at some level. With that, how did you get involved with CariVision?
Well, to be honest, I got a call from a friend of mine who told me that Dr. Collins was putting on this group and they needed some people. She said some people, she didn't say actors, but I knew what she meant. And I took up the challenge, and since I think 2005, I have been, performing with them.
Eunice, you're the baby here on stage by any stretch of the imagination, and so you bring variety to us here. Tell us about some of the things that you've been doing over the last couple of years.
In CariVision?
Yes.
Okay, a couple of things that I've been doing in CariVision. Been stretching my acting abilities. I started off in the group not wanting to really act, but just to be a part of the cultural group, having been involved in the groups when I was younger with my mother, who's also a part of the group, and with Dr. Collins here. And we've performed at different cultural events all over the community, different churches, and I also was playing in a steel band group for a year and a half. Currently, I'm a preschool teacher, and that's just what I do.
What do you all specialize in? I mean, Caribbean theaters runs the gamut. Is there anything that you particularly specialize in?
Well, we do a number of things. I wouldn't say that we specialize in Anansi stories, but we've been focusing a lot on Anansi stories recently. In addition to that, for the last couple of years, we have been performing in various community venues, and I'll let Jillian talk a little more about that. But right now, the focus is Anansi stories, and that's because Anansi is such a wonderful character. Anansi has the facility to teach and entertain, and we definitely enjoy that as a theater group. So recently, it's been Anansi stories.
Jillian?
Right, and also plus Anansi, he educates also, in whatever typical way he illustrates his craftiness. But as Dr. Collins said, we don't only do Anansi stories. There are writers in CariVision, Dr. Collins, myself, and members of the group. We do skits, monologues. So it depends on what is required by us when the request comes in, that we adapt to whatever is needed out in the community.
And what has been the response, Ulyss, of the community whenever you go out to perform? What has been the response of the community?
Well, the response we've gotten from the community is tremendous. It's like we didn't set out to really go out to, let's say, what did we? We set out just to educate, as we were talking with the Anansi stories. And we started off more as a family-oriented group to keep the traditions in the family, to keep children within their heritage. And everywhere we go, we've been getting ovations, people wanting us to come back and referring us to different community events. And that's how we keep throughout the whole year. That's how, so far I think this year we've done about maybe 6 different venues. But it's because of the referrals we've gotten from the smaller events that we've done.
I've heard the word educator twice, and I'm interested in that because as you all know, there is this old argument whether the actor, whether the artist's role is to educate or just to put it out there as he or she sees it. Is education really consciously part of your modus operandi?
I would say absolutely. Definitely. And entertainment as well. Because, you know, we enjoy tremendously what we do. We think it's very entertaining. Our audiences think so too. But we also think we're family theater. And we feel that we do have a unique role educating the young people. And also educating people about the Caribbean. So it's, to me, there is
diversity. You know.
Definitely, there's a tremendous amount of diversity in that approach. Certainly, education and entertainment. And if we think of the Anansi character, Anansi is a character we enjoy tremendously. And when I say we, I mean Caribbean communities and anyone else who knows about Anansi. So, and even with that enjoyment, you're also learning a lot. And Anansi has this role, you know, educating young people about the, you know, the mores of the society generally.
For those in our audience who are not familiar with Ber Anansi, tell us a little bit about the origins of that character.
Anansi is a trickster figure of the Akan tradition. So he comes out of West Africa and has adapted himself to Caribbean life. And he has come over to the Caribbean with his friends Tiger, and Anansi. Sorry, with Tig and also Makuku, and you know, the forest characters, adapting their lives to the island Caribbean. And of course, I don't want to leave out Guyana, to the island and mainland Caribbean.
So there's a Caribbean Anansi?
Absolutely.
Yes. And okay, got you. One of the things that I'm curious about, is it a group only for women? Or
not at all. No, we are open to everybody. Man, universal, woman, youth, boys, girls, even grandmothers and aunts.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about some of the plans you have for the future. I mean, it's been 2 years and 3 years and counting. What do you see the future looking like?
Well, for this year, for example, we're working on a play, Chupacabra, written by the Guyanese Paloma Mohammed. We think it's a wonderful play. Chupacabra uses the folk characters, the characters of folk mythology in the Caribbean, so that we have Sukuya and Lugaru, Olhaig, Obaifo coming across from Africa. And Paloma Mohammed has created a tremendous play there. These characters are having a meeting at the crossroads at midnight. So you know it's going to be tremendous entertainment. And throughout the play, we're trying to figure out exactly what is wrong, because they are talking about their lives, things that have happened in the past, what is happening now, and they are a bit worried about their situation, etc. So essentially, Paloma Mohammed uses that play as well to discuss a lot of community issues, and it's an absolutely tremendous play.
And Paloma Mohammed, the plays are not new to this area. We once did a couple of years ago one of our plays, I can't remember the name right now, but we played it here. Ulyss, let me bring you in. You mentioned your own personal experiences. As a young person, what does theater and digging into your Caribbean heritage. You were born here. What does that do for you as a young person coming to grips with your Caribbean identity?
Well, having been involved as a youth in cultural groups with my parents, it helped me to encompass where I came from, who I am, where I am. And now I see a lot of youth not having that, because you're not going to get it in the schools. If there's not a group like CariVision Community Theater, where would they get it? So for us, it's like our duty to help. I use the word educate again, to educate our youth. That's why we strive on bringing the children in. 3 or 4 of our members, all of our children are part of the group. And day by day, we're trying to bring in more youth. We're trying to bring in more men, which has been a problem for us. That's why you see so many women here. But I mean, we welcome everyone, as Jillian said. Everyone is welcome, old, young, anybody.
Jillian, you're from one of the least known Caribbean countries, Tobago. And as you mentioned earlier, there are members in the group from all over the Caribbean. Do you come across any tensions, or do you see this as a kind of uplifting, integrationist kind of experience?
Well, you know, the fact of the matter remains, the Caribbean is the Caribbean, cosmopolitan, togetherness. So it's not that you are Grenadian or Dominican or Haitian. You are a Caribbean person, and that is how we look at it.
Morley, you are, if I may tell the audience, you're an established novelist. You've written how many novels?
2 novels.
2 novels, and you know, writing 1 novel is quite a bit. How do you bring to bear your experience as a novelist on this venture of the theater? Was it natural for you?
Absolutely. Well, I guess I should say that years ago I was also into theater, but I've been out of it for a very long time. And what actually happened was that I picked up Paloma Mohammed's Chupacabra and was using it for a class and thought, wow, this would be wonderful on stage. And basically that is how the interest in getting back into theater was sparked. It was always there, but Chupacabra definitely pushed me. And it has been a tremendous experience for me. And yes, where the writing is concerned, because as a group we also get together and do our own writing. So that there too, my experience with writing you know, comes to bear very much.
And Jillian, I know you've written also skits and so on.
Yeah.
How has this experience expanded your skills?
Well, it has in the sense that even doing monologues, you know, is something you prepare and perform by yourself. So coming to the group and working with them, it also enhanced my skills in marketing and also maybe performing at a higher standard.
Eunice, you'll have the last word here. Obviously, there are a number of people in the audience who would not have been aware of the existence of this group before this program. What would you like to tell them?
CariVision is here. We're not going anywhere. If anyone is interested, if you're in the Maryland, D.C. area, we meet every Wednesday at 701 Oglethorpe Street, Holy Comforter Episcopal Church from 7 to 9 p.m. We have a MySpace now, a website, www.myspace.com/CariVision, and events are there to come.
CariVision Community Theater on Carib Nation today, fostering Caribbean integration and bringing together people to expand the Caribbean knowledge of itself and to teach the rest of the world about the Caribbean. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to see some of the real stuff, performance of Anansi's story by CariVision Theater.
When America wants to know what's happening in the Caribbean diaspora, there is one clear choice.
Hello, welcome to Carib Nation.
Both people inside and outside are
very excited about today's program.
Looking at you, I can tell that you have traveled the journey.
One television organization brings America close to the people, stories, and events that affects Caribbean life. Get close, get answers, get Carib Nation.
Crick, crack, crick, crack.
Water stand up, water fall down.
Sugar cane.
Sugar cane. My father have a cock when it crow fire.
Gun.
Gun. I tell you, the child know that is a gun. Ay, ay, ay. Crick.
Crack.
Crick.
Crack.
Sasamio.
Sayo.
Sasamio.
Sayo.
Miss Nancy Petticoat in a white petticoat and a yellow nose. The longer she stands, the shorter she grows.
Candle.
Candle, hi, the child know is the candle of life. You see it? Miss Nancy Petticoat. Watch the white petticoat. You see the burning nose? The longer she stands, the shorter she grows. The shorter she grows. The candle of life. I tell you, life. Once upon a time, long before they come from West Africa to those places in the Caribbean like Dominica and St. Lucia and Grenada and Trinidad and so, you know, those were the West African languages, the Twi and the Yoruba, and those languages come and mix up not only with the English but also with the French. Long before that, it had these three friends. Compare Tig. Now, Tig is the one that the English, those who come and talk in the English, know as Tiger. Compare Zaire. Well, Zaire, the Akan people in West Africa where Zaire come from, call Zaire Anansi. And compare Makuku. Well, Makuku. Let us be decent and call Makuku the macho man. So these three. Compare Zaire, compare Tig, and compare Makuku, decide to have a big cook one day.
Makuku, even without the fish, the pot smelling good. I'm putting in some carrot, and some green fig, and some plantain.
Yes, and I needed some tight dumpling. Oh, pot can't good without dumpling.
Yes. Zaire! Yes! You have the fish stick, Brick? Yes, I coming!
I cut up the big tuna. Yes. And I put some parrotfish in to nicen up the pot.
Now, Zaire, watching Tig and Makuku cook, he watching them good, but you could see that something in the matter besides the pestle.
Pot smelling good, but something missing. Nothing no missing. Crayfish! Is crayfish that missing?
Zaire get them good because Tig and Makuku know that if one thing could make a pot sing is crayfish.
Enter Makuku. Crayfish will not make that pot smell good. Let me tell you what. You and Tig go down to the river and catch the crayfish, and I'll stay up here. You guys go. No. I will watch the pot, and you and Tig go and get the crayfish. No.
Zaire lose his head. He said the thing too plain because they know Zaire, and Tig start to get suspicious.
Okay, competing. Let Zaire watch the pot if he think he could watch pot. And let you and I go and get the crayfish.
All right, come, let's go.
Go ahead, I'll watch the pot.
Let's find a way to get away from
Zaire, let's go.
So you see, sometimes, and the thing is that sometimes when you see Zaire get so confused, you could hear that he gets in mixed up. He even call him Tiggy name and all. Zaire is like that. You can't trust Zaire, and that is what they know. So now, Zaire and Tig gone down to the river to look for crayfish, and Makuku watching pot. Well, I don't want you to get me wrong. Makuku planned to watch the pot well good, but sometimes the way how you plan for life is not so life planned for you. Crick!
Crack.
Crick!
Crack.
Water stand up, water fall down.
Sugar cane.
Sugar cane, the root of the problem. Trouble in the land and Makuku waiting.
I think I stupid. How could you put teeth to be watchman? Him can't hold me like that. Me have too much head for him. Boy, this pot smelling good, man.
Down by the river meantime, Tig and Zaire, they pushing their hand on the river stone, you know, trying to find crayfish. But crayfish ain't biting. I tell you, all they're coming up with is wind and water, wind and water. And Makuku getting tired.
Why them take so long? Where them?
Time is elastic and it's stretching without end.
Man, I'm hungry. Let me just take a piece of this potato. That's potato for that. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, you can taste the broth. Oh, this thing is good. Oh, this fish powerful. Oh, take her not joking. Oh.
By the river stone meantime, wind and water. Wind and water.
This thing good, boy. Oh, this must build up a man's strength. Oh, this thing good, boy. Oh, this thing good.
And it's so you see, 1 and 1 become 2 and 2, become, before Makuku realize it, he eat everything, pot done. And now, Makuku belly full, but his head starting to hurt him, because now he ain't so much studying what gone, you know, as what is to come. And Tig and Zaire coming back into the yard, they ain't catch no crayfish, and they hungry. And Zaire, he vexed to both because he think he ahead. He did plan to get rid of Tig and come back into the yard, but he couldn't make it, so they coming back. They vexed, they hungry.
Take your head so hard. It's your fault we don't catch any crayfish. What? I told you to use coconut, but no. I push your hand on the stone. Push your hand on the stone.
You have 8 hands and 8 fingers. What else am I supposed to do?
Where were the crayfish?
You're blind. I can say you're blind.
Anyhow,
I know what I'm at.
anyhow, I know.
What?
Food say, if you see me, take
No, no.
Wait a minute. I know say I leave food here. I know say I leave food here. If I lie, I leave food here.
Come, Petty. Look him there. A seaweed food. Come back, Gigi. Come back, Gigi. Where the chicken, huh? Vini. Poco ma cucu epe ale. Ale.
Jisuleva. Lagena epe lagena. Suwash pasa.
You hear? Now what they saying there? They tell compare Gigi, the chicken hawk, to Vinny, come compare Gigi, and walk compare Makuku, pick him up and go with him. Allez, just so they back, quite with the sun shining up there. And when you reach quite up there, Lagela, let him go. So said, so done. Compare Gigi, come Papa, and he pick up compare Makuku, and he gone with him. Compare Gigi climbing the sky. He climb in the sky. Compare Gigi gone. He climb in, boy. But he gone up. And when he reached quite up there where they could hardly see him at all, they hear this little voice come back asking,
No! Go on! Go on! Far!
well, so said, so done. I tell you, compare Gigi keep climbing. Compare Gigi gone again. He take off, and you should see him foot. He climb in the sky. He climbing. And then all of a sudden, they couldn't even see him again. Compare Gigi disappear. He climbing so high. And they hear this little voice come back from quite up there, asking,
Yes! Let him go!
and And then they just had to imagine that Compare Gigi let go Compare Makuku, but he gone so far up, they can't even see Compare Makuku coming down, so they don't really know what happened, and they wait. And they wait. And they wait. They're watching the sky, they're watching the stone. They're watching the sky, they're watching the stone. All you see the chicken hawk.
Wait. Is that?
And all of a sudden they see this little figure and it get bigger. Compare Makuku coming down and Compare Makuku fall on the flat stone and Compare Makuku belly bust open. I tell you, it's a thing to see and not to tell. They say Compare Makuku belly bust open and the green fig come out. Everything come out of Compare Makuku belly. The blogger come out, the yam come out, the dumpling come out, the waters come out, all the fish, everything come out, the salt beef come out, the salt pork come out, and everything just mix up on the ground. I tell you, those who was there say that even the crayfish that Compare Makuku never eat come out of his belly and all. And everything just mix up. They child, you and your mother and your aunt and everybody else, all you see what greedy could do? You see what greedy could do? Crack! The wire bend and the story end.
When America wants to know what's happening in the Caribbean diaspora, there is one clear choice.
Hello, welcome to CariVision.
Both people inside and outside are
Very excited about today's program.
Looking at you, I can tell that you have traveled the journey.
One television organization brings America close to the people, stories, and events that affects Caribbean life. Get close, get answers, get CariVision.
CariVision Community Theatre performing for you. Performing what?
Competing.
Competing. And what it mean?
Compare Tiger, Mr. Tiger.
Mr. Tiger. There you have it. The CariVision Community Theatre. Until the next time, this is David Hines thanking you for tuning in to yet another edition of Carib Nation. And remember, as always, our motto here is one people, one culture, one Caribbean, one nation.